Peppa Pig's dark secret. Peppa Pig has been a beloved cartoon character for years, capturing the hearts of children all over the world with her innocent adventures. But what if the cheerful pink piglet we know is hiding something far darker than we could ever imagine? What if the cartoon we've trusted to entertain our little ones is not as innocent as it seems? What if there's something far more horrifying beneath the surface of Peppa Pig's world? It all starts on a quiet evening in the Peppa Pig family home. Peppa Pig, her parents, George Pig, and her friends are seen laughing, playing, and having fun. But there's a shadow over the house. At night, the house becomes extremely quiet, and strange things start to happen. There are whispers in the dark, the ticking of a grandfather clock, and other scary things that no one seems to notice except for Peppa's little brother, George Pig. It all begins with the simple things. A picture on the wall of the Pig family suddenly moves out of place on its own. The family portrait, which usually had everyone looking happy, now had an evil smile on Daddy Pig's face. Peppa Pig had never seen that facial expression on her father before. Peppa starts to act strange as well. Normally, Peppa is the joyful piglet we all know, but lately her eyes seem darker and more calculating. Sometimes she stares off into the distance, as though she's hearing something only she can hear. Her laughter no longer sounds of innocence. It has a disturbing edge to it. Her parents, Daddy Pig and Mummy Pig, begin to behave oddly as well. Mummy Pig, normally kind and nurturing, starts to speak in riddles that seem to make no sense. Daddy Pig, always jolly, has a nervous look in his eyes, like he knows something is terribly wrong, but refuses to acknowledge it. Daddy Pig and Mummy Pig both try to hide it from Peppa and George, but evil can only be hidden for so long. Peppa's behavior begins to change more and more as time passes. She starts to say strange things like, "I don't like being in the light. It makes my skin burn." Her friends, including Susie Sheep and Rebecca Rabbit, start noticing that when Peppa Pig speaks, their reflections in mirrors seem to change. Their eyes in the mirror look demonic, but in reality their eyes look fine. One night, while playing in the garden, Peppa leads George Pig to an old, abandoned part of the yard. There they find strange symbol markings on the dirt. It's a symbol Peppa never saw before, but somehow she knew exactly what they meant. The evil Peppa Pig side of her could fully understand what every symbol on the dirt ground was. Evil Peppa Pig knew the symbols were instructions on how to complete the next phase of the Peppa Pig Horror. One by one, the animals in Peppa's world begin to act differently. Susie Sheep starts hearing scary voices in her sleep. The once cheerful Rebecca Rabbit has nightmares of being trapped in an endless dark forest. No one can explain it. But every time Peppa walks by, it feels like there's a horrifying, evil presence in the air. Something isn't right. Everyone was beginning to realize that the evil spirit of Peppa was spreading. Everyone around Peppa Pig was becoming possessed by demons. As more and more children continue watching the show, other scary things happen. Parents begin noticing their kids acting differently after watching a full Peppa Pig episode. Some kids claim that Peppa whispered to them, telling them to do dangerous things or to take things from the house. Others claimed that Peppa taught them how to speak in strange languages. In online forums and on YouTube, conspiracy theories begin to spread. Some viewers claim that Peppa Pig is not just a harmless little piggy, but a demon in disguise. A demon that feeds off fear and confusion. Peppa draws viewers in with bright, mesmerizing colors, then proceeds to put them in a trance. Rumors claim that during certain episodes of the show, Peppa says incarnations that made certain viewers lose all willpower. More rumors spread that Peppa Pig's family is connected to a demonic cult, and that the cartoon show is a gateway to a darker world. Some viewers even point to the creepy, almost hidden symbols that appear in some episodes. Symbols that seem to disappear when the camera turns away. The theories grow more bizarre with each passing day, but the unsettling feeling they create can't be ignored. The more children watch Peppa Pig, the more they start to act out and misbehave. Teachers report kids getting into fights, speaking in strange tones, and that children claim to hear voices. Voices that, for some reason, adults are unable to hear. Some even talk about the pig with the eyes of darkness and say that they've seen Peppa standing outside their windows at night, staring inside. It's too late. Peppa has become more than just a children's show. It's a portal, a doorway to something far darker. And as the show gains more popularity, the connection to the dark forces behind Peppa grows stronger. It's up to the parents and the authorities to decide, is Peppa Pig truly just a harmless cartoon, or is it the tool of something much more disturbing? The truth is terrifying, and it raises an important question. Should we be exposing our children to this? Should we be so trusting of a show that at first glance seems innocent but hides an undeniable darkness? It's been a year since Peppa Pig's dark secret was first uncovered. The world thought it was over. Parents pulled their children from the show, the ratings dropped, and many believed that the truth had been revealed. But the Peppa Pig terror was far from done. In fact, it was just beginning. Peppa Pig's world had been quiet for a while, but something unexpected was happening. Children who had once been terrified of Peppa's evil nature had started talking about her again. They were describing strange dreams, mysterious figures, and the creepy feeling that Peppa was somehow still watching them. But now, the true horror of Peppa's demonic nature was about to be revealed. And this time, it wasn't just Peppa. The entire Peppa Pig family was involved, and they were all evil. The scariest horror of all started with George Pig. He complained of seeing things such as shadows moving in the corners of his room. The Peppa Pig house wallpaper now seems darker, and George hears scary noises calling his name. One night, he walks into the living room to find his family gathered around an old book. Its pages had words George didn't understand. The book seemed to be filled with cryptic symbols and dark voodoo. Mummy Pig's eyes are wide with fear as she chants strange words under her breath, but Daddy Pig silences her with a warning glare. "You can't," he whispers. "We've gone too far already." The family's dark covenant, which had been hidden for so long, was beginning to unfold. Peppa Pig, the demon in disguise, has returned, and her influence is growing stronger than ever. Peppa's true form is finally revealed. She's not the innocent pig we once knew. There's a Peppa Pig horror creature within her. Peppa's eyes are now glowing red, and she has a wicked grin on her face. Her body is no longer soft and pink. She is now fully transformed into a demon Peppa Pig. To make things even scarier, this horror version of Peppa Pig isn't alone. The entire Peppa Pig family has transformed. Daddy Pig's belly is bloated, as though something inside him is alive and moving. Mummy Pig's once kind face is now an unrecognizable mask of horror, with cracks in her skin like a dried-out clay figure. The family's once normal home has become a twisted nightmare version of itself. The walls are covered in blood-red symbols, and the air has a strong odor. Peppa's laughter now sounds like something from the underworld that sends chills down your spine. As Peppa's power grows, so does the horror. The family's friends begin to vanish, and soon there are rumors spreading in every corner of the town. The rumor is that Peppa is looking for new souls to claim. One by one, children who used to watch the show begin to fall into a trance. They enter an almost hypnotic state and become unresponsive to the call of their families. But there's hope. A group of parents and former believers in the Peppa Pig conspiracy gather, and they are determined to break the curse of Peppa Pig. The parents spend months gathering knowledge of the dark arts and ancient voodoo rituals. Now they plan to confront the Peppa Pig demon. As they enter the pig family's cursed home, they come face to face with Peppa. She is now fully transformed into her scariest demonic form of Peppa Pig you can imagine. The final battle is terrifying. Peppa fights with all her strength, summoning horrifying creatures from the underworld to fight her battles. But in the end, it's the power of love and bravery that shatters the hold of the cursed Peppa Pig. The house begins to collapse, and the pig family is freed from their monstrous forms. But even as the dust settles, one chilling thought remains. Is Peppa truly gone, or has she simply moved on to a new family, a new world, waiting to spread her dark influence once again? The Peppa Pig horror story of her dark secret and the demon's return leave us questioning what we see in our favorite children's shows. Was Peppa just an innocent character, or was she something far more dangerous? We may never know, but one thing is certain: the Peppa Pig terror is far from over. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel for more Peppa Pig horror.